Today, I'm going to show you how I use platforms like Aave to get free exposure to Link, Bitcoin, Ethereum, and other assets. And this works for all lending and borrowing platforms. I'm doing this on MarginFi, which is on the Solana network as well. And I actually use this exact strategy to get over $3,500 of Bitcoin for free. And guys, that's $3,500 in profit right there off of the Bitcoin that I got for free, basically, because I was able to lock this in at a good price. So back on November 4th of 2024, I took out a $7,500 USDC loan, which is worth $7,500. This is the day before the presidential election. The reason why is because I saw the crypto market pump and then I saw it dump down to some solid buying opportunities. I took that $7,500 USDC and I swapped it for wrapped Bitcoin. I got 0.1105 wrapped Bitcoin basically, and then I just took that wrapped Bitcoin and I put it over here on Aave yet again. Now over here I currently have 0.277 of wrapped Bitcoin, and by borrowing that USDC I was able to get exposure to 0.11. So I basically just increased the amount of exposure I had to wrap Bitcoin, and when I did that, Bitcoin was sitting at a price of roughly $68,000. Today, Bitcoin sits at just over $100,000. So by acquiring that 0.11 Bitcoin at a price of roughly $68,000 and holding it until the price of Bitcoin goes up to $100,000, today that 0.11 Bitcoin is sitting at $11,126, which is over a $3,500 profit from the price I acquired it at. But keep in mind, I acquired it for free. Now that being said, I do have to pay back that $7,500 loan if I do want to be able to get all of my collateral out, which is why I'm telling you that I got $3,500 of Bitcoin for free as opposed to telling you that I get $11,000 for free, because I didn't get $11,000 for free. I essentially had to pay for the first $7,500. The reason why is because I took out this loan over here. What I'm basically doing is leveraging my current assets like this Bitcoin that I have over here already, this Ethereum that I have over here, and this Link that I have over here, and I'm getting free exposure to more of those assets. I'm leveraging in a very, very safe manner. And the reason why this is safe is because I'm taking everything that I borrow and I'm putting it directly back over here under my collateral section. So I have $66,500 of collateral, but I only have $8,500 of borrows, which means that I have a net of roughly $57,500 over on the Aave platform. Now, with that being said, I wouldn't be able to have that net if I didn't borrow that Bitcoin, because I made about a $3,500 profit, which if I didn't make that, I would have been at roughly $54,000 in net. I also borrowed $1,000 over here in USDT, in which I took that USDT and threw it into Link, which is now up over 2x, which means that I made over $1,000 right there. So I'd be at $53,000 net worth over on Aave if I just had exposure to these tokens. But by leveraging these already existing assets and borrowing assets like USDC, USDT, I was able to get that net up to $57,000, nearly $58,000. I did the same exact thing over here on MarginFi. I borrowed roughly $2,000 of USDC, stuck into Sol, which is now worth 3.1K, and then I also borrowed $1,000 of USDC and I stuck it into Render, which has since also doubled in price, making me another $1,000 right there. So over on MarginFi, my net value is $22,000, in which I've made $2,000 in profit just by running these strategies right here. So these strategies that I'm running on Aave as well as MarginFi, these are considered looping, and this is a term that's been around for a very, very long time in the DeFi industry. This is actually something that I did all the way back in 2022. It was my first time doing looping, and I got completely burned. What I was basically doing is supplying, say, USDC for a 17.5% supply rate, and then I was able to borrow another asset like USDC.E for 6.7%. So obviously, I am making more on my supply than I am paying on my borrow, which creates arbitrage right there. That's 11% arbitrage. So I actually supplied $5,000 of something that I was earning roughly 12-13%, and I borrowed like $4,500. I maxed out my loan to value right there, and then I sold that stablecoin for the other stablecoin, and then I repeated the process. It's looping. You're looping the process because it's staying within the entire ecosystem, and you're able to stack your collateral as high as possible because you're also able to borrow against your collateral. And Aave has this thing called efficiency mode, which allows you to borrow like up to 97% on assets that are the same thing, like USDC and USDT or USDC and USDC.E. Well, it's safe to say whenever the FTX diabolical happened, I got liquidated basically. Stablecoins like USDC got depegged down to 99 cents. 99 cents liquidated me because I was so leveraged up, and I lost about $3,000 because $3,000 was liquidated to repay my borrows. I kept $2,000, but again, I was in stablecoins. I thought I was doing something safe, and just like that, I lost $3,000 because I did not know what I was doing. So if if you're trying to avoid beginner mistakes like that and implement strategies like we're doing today, then I highly recommend that you check out my DeFi Excel community, which is linked right below this video. This is the best community for getting started within decentralized finance and opening up your first few deployments within your first 30 days of DeFi. But the other strategy that you can do here is actually borrow against your cryptocurrency HODL assets and take that USDC, USDT, and you can throw it over into liquidity positions. This is something that we've mentioned on the channel a couple months prior. Basically, you take this USDC and instead of just throwing it back in the supply, you can go and throw it on platforms like Uniswap or on platforms like Aerodrome. And you can throw it into stablecoin liquidity pools if you want to. But truth be told, you're not going to have that much profit. And the reason why is because you're literally paying 20% to borrow these assets right now because utilization is so high. And you're going to earn like 30%, maybe 40% on stablecoins. Really not worth it. You're better off just sticking your USDC over here as a supply asset. But if you head over to Metrics Finance, you can find positions like ETH to USDC that are doing over 50% APR. Or if you want to get a little bit more risky, you could dive into stuff like ETH Link that's showing over a 170% APR. And there are plenty of other positions that are doing substantial returns that you can arbitrage this opportunity on, basically. So again, this is something that I'm personally doing in my portfolio. This is something I didn't just start doing yesterday. This is something that I did back in 2022, made a huge mistake, lost a decent chunk of money, learned my lesson, and I've done multiple times since. And now my current strategy with this, I've been running for just over a month back on November 4th, and I've already made about $8,000 or so, and that's profit just by running this strategy. And keep in mind, I'm talking $8,000 after I repay this $8,500. And that's because of assets like Link, because of assets like Render and Sol, and even Wrap Bitcoin. And the beauty of this strategy is I literally did not have to put any more money from my wallet, from my Coinbase account, from my bank account into Bitcoin. All I had to do was borrow against my already existing Bitcoin, something that was at a very, very conservative loan to value ratio, something that has a very, very good health factor. And from there, I was able to profit. Simple as that. So again, if you guys enjoyed today's video, make sure to drop a like, subscribe, turn on those notifications, and also let me know down below in the comment section what you're struggling in DeFi with the most. So that way we can make some content around it and provide you with resources. If you guys are looking to take your journey to the next level, remember, check out DeFi Excel. It's right below this video. See you guys in the next one. Peace out.